There's definitely a threat, and ironically, that threat actually is actually a support for almost an anti-monopoly, right? In terms of some of the antitrust. But to me, it's a threat, but look at the advertising. I mean, the reality is like I'm not saying it's not a long-term headwind, but they're also going to benefit when it comes to AI significantly on the cloud.
Hmm.
And Google, as we've seen again and again, they're going to be able to pivot. And that's, I just don't view it as a massive threat like maybe some others would view it.
Well, let's go to the cloud then. So it's AWS, Microsoft, and then Google. How quickly is Google catching up?
They're narrowing the gap. I mean, look, Microsoft, it's their backyard, right? When it comes to core enterprise, core cloud. So Microsoft continues to have just I think of just an ironclad grip. You've seen success from AWS, but look, Google, what Kurian's done there, it's been a massive success story in terms of as it's played out. And I think that's important because that to me is going to be a big part when you think of some of the parts. I mean, that's how you get an increment. We have $200 price target, like 30, $40 upside. I think more and more as the cloud story plays out.
Hey, Dan, we saw that President Trump he's kind of made some comments about towards some of the European regulators about maybe stepping back some of the regulation of artificial intelligence, AI. How important is that?
Well, Paul, I mean, and we've talked about it before, right? I think it's all part of this broader negotiation because big tech has had a bullseye on their back from Brussels and EU for years, right? I mean, fines for big tech are almost like getting a cup of coffee when it comes to what's happened in Europe. But when it comes to AI, look, I mean, this is a hard line stance. And I think it's actually all part of even the broader tariff negotiations in terms of them softening the stance. And that's something big tech has obviously been a huge advocate for because they essentially Europe's like almost off touch. Like you can't even go into that market right now.
Fair enough. Before we go to next week and what we're going to expect, let's just kiss on Tesla here. So your note earlier in the week before earnings, the code red note caused a flurry in selling in the stock. Do you still feel like it's a code red after earnings, or have you changed your color?
No, I mean I think it was a code red because Musk had to make the choice. Clock struck midnight. Doge or Tesla. He chose Tesla. And I believe, despite I'll say 1, 2 days a week, it's the beginning of the end for Musk at Doge. I think in the Trump White House at such an important time for Tesla in terms of autonomous, in terms of the lower cost vehicle, in terms of robotics. Tesla needs its leader back, and that's why I think it's going to be viewed historically as probably the most important conference call Musk has ever had.